Here lies Halloween. This is Jaden's Videos, your host of the Macabre. Yes, I'm still trying out different intro slogans and stuff, but that's besides the point. I'll settle on one eventually. Here today, right now, June 15th, 2023, Spirit Halloween dropped a teaser that is one of the coolest teasers they've ever dropped. It reveals the theme and the theme name for 2023 and reveals a lot of the lineup. I'm not going to say all because I don't know if it's all, but it's a lot of it for sure. I'm going to go in depth with this and show it to you and discuss my thoughts on these. Now, I do want to say something before you get ahead of yourself. They did not show footage or even pictures of the lineup, but we know what to expect to an extent because they give us names. There's also prices, there's tombstones to accompany each animatronic, and there's some audio in the video which gives hints to some things. First, I want to talk about the audio in the video. We have Lunging Lily saying, "Help me." Now, people are assuming this means Lunging Lily's returning, and I'm not saying it doesn't, because I'm sure I'm most likely wrong. I'm usually wrong with my theories. She probably is returning. But one thing I find interesting is it shows the Darling Dolly tombstone when it does that. So possibly it's Darling Dolly's audio, because the "Help Me" from Lunging Lily is stock audio. Possibly they just reused it for Darling Dolly. I know I'm probably wrong about that, but I just wanted to throw that out there just in case. That's just something to note. But I'm sure it's Lunging Lily returning. This is Spirit Halloween's 40th anniversary, so obviously they're going big. The theme is a cemetery. How awesome is that? We haven't seen a cemetery at Spirit in a long time, and considering the bigger popularity of Spirit now and them being able to produce more intense, more, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, more elaborate themes, I think they could definitely pull this off very well, especially if it has a walkthrough. That would be pretty awesome to see. It is called Spirit Hollows Cemetery. Definitely a throwback to when they used to put Spirit Hollows in front of a lot of different names of stuff. So that's definitely a throwback. There's some returning things to mention. Creepy Rising Doll is returning, which is pretty interesting, as well as Grave Watcher. Grave Watcher from 2013 is returning. It's a pretty random return because no one ever really brings that animatronic up or wanting it to return. It was just kind of a 3-foot cool enough prop back in 2013. But it's back, and I would assume the main reason why is because of the fact it's a Grave Watcher and it's a cemetery theme. Though spirits, props, and themes have not correlated too much in the past few years, so that's kind of strange to me that they would bring her back just for that, but whatever, it's cool to see her back. Now, we are going to go into the new stuff, the new names. I'm not going to show the pictures of all of these. I'm just going to talk about them, because if you want to see the stuff for yourself, go to the link in the description, check it out for yourself, and you can actually read the descriptions, because I'm not going to do that either. I'm just going to talk about this, basically sum up what the description says about it and what it is. Also, we do have heights on these, so we can get a general idea. I mean, it's really hard to say with a lot of these what they're going to be, but we can get an idea of what they could possibly be. Some things are pretty straightforward, especially the licensed stuff. What it's going to be, of course, we don't know what it looks like, but we know what it's going to be. Some of these things, like this one, is very intriguing. I do not know what this is. The Black Heart animatronic, 6.6 foot, $299.99. It's $300 and 6 feet tall, so it's probably going to have something cool going for it. You could say, well, that's just the average 6-foot price now, but it's usually not, especially because there's props on here that are 7 feet that are less than 300, and so I would assume that this one will have some kind of cool animation going for it. I'm pretty sure it's the story. Some of these it's easy to figure out what it is from the story because it mentions key things about him. This one doesn't. It just says she wished for something, and I don't remember, something happened. And it says the tombstone says, "Here lies the Black Heart. Be careful what you wish for." I love these prop names this year. They're great, and the tombstones are an awesome touch that they put in these reveals. So the Black Heart, don't know what it is. I'm excited to see it. It sounds pretty cool. I think it was a bride or something, it said in the thing. 3.9 foot, the Cauldroness, $279.99. This is a witch. The description says it's a witch. I'm excited for that. How long has it been since we've gotten a witch animatronic? It's been a while. I'm really excited to see this. There's not a lot of witch animatronics that I love. I really like witches as a Halloween monster, but they can never just get it exactly right. This one, I have hopes. I have hopes because it's got an awesome name, the Cauldroness. I love that name. $279.99 at 3.9 feet. I seriously wonder what this thing's gonna do, and I seriously wonder why it's so short. Is it gonna rise up? Is it like a Mr. Dark type of thing? This is the same price that Mr. Dark went for last year, so I don't know. Interesting enough. Maybe it's just a hunched over witch and that's why it's short. I have no idea, but I'm excited to see it because it's a witch. 4.9 foot Dagger Mike, $169.99. This name would not make you think so, but this guy's a clown. It sounds like a pretty cool clown though. I'm eager to see it. So obviously 4.9 foot, he's supposed to be a kid, it says in the description, in that he's a kid wearing a clown costume that wields knives. Now whether this means like a Halloween costume that looks like a clown, or if he's dressed up in like an old vintage looking clown costume with the dunce cap, I have no idea. But we will see. It's definitely got me interested because that's a cool concept. This next one is one that I'm really interested in, and I can't really explain why because it's not usually what I gravitate towards. 7 foot Darling Dolly, $279.99. I'm actually pretty happy that that's less than $300 because usually 7 foot props now are $300 is the base price for a 7 foot animatronic. $280 for 7 foot, that's not bad considering. Now, we don't know what it does, of course, but I can guarantee at that price and at that height, it's going to turn side to side and talk. Which, I'm very intrigued to see it still. Darling Dolly, it's a doll, and it's got an interesting backstory for sure, but it's a doll, but it's 7 feet tall. That's interesting. Why is this doll 7 feet tall? I'm excited to see it because it could go one of two ways. One, it could just be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Or two, it could be like, that is awesome. I don't see it being bad because 7 foot doll just sounds intriguing no matter what. But it has the potential to be really, really cool. I've seen Unit 70 Studios has a doll animatronic that's like 12 feet tall and holds a girl or whatever, and it's creepy. Now, this is obviously not going to be anything like that, but I'm saying big dolls are creepy. Nevermore Productions also has some dolls in statics and animatronics that are 6 foot dolls, and they're awesome. Oversized dolls, I don't know. I see potential here. I see a lot of potential. No one's really talking about this one. I see potential. 7.3 foot Deathstalker, $279.99. Now the tombstone has claw marks, so I originally thought this was a werewolf and I was gonna scream, but it's not a werewolf, I don't think. I could be wrong, but based on the description, it talks about it being the creature under the stairs and under your bed. It's like a boogeyman type thing, I would assume, which I'm intrigued to see because that's a cool concept. We don't get a lot of like boogeyman type creatures. I'd assume that's what it is. Obviously, this is a very original character. It doesn't really have a specific monster it's trying to be based off the description. I mean, once we see it, and if it's a scarecrow or something, I'll be like, what the hell? But I guarantee that's not going to be what it is based off the description and the look of the tombstone with the claws. 6 foot Desmodus. I think it's Desmodus. Desmodus. I think it just depends on the pronunciation there. $229.99. Everyone's talking about this one because this is a bat. And it's 6 feet tall. You know what that means? It's either a giant man-bat creature, like half man, half bat creature. It's a hanging upside down bat that's 6 feet. Or it's a vampire. Both of those, all three of those things are awesome things. And so that's why everyone's talking about this, because no matter which way they do this, I have a feeling this is going to be one of the best ones of the year, without a doubt. No matter how they do this, this is going to be one of the best animatronics of the 2023 Halloween season. I don't know what to tell you. Unless it's really bad, which I can't see happening with such a cool concept, it's going to be good. That's all I can say. That's all I have to say about that. 3 foot Eternal Rest, $139.99. This is one of the cheapest ones of the season. It's a statue. It's 3 feet tall, so it might look more like a garden or cemetery statue instead of a full, like, monument. I'm interested to see it. Very interested to see it. Statues are... They're done kind of often in a way, but they're never done in the right way. I think the best statue we've ever gotten is the 2014 Untimely Death from Spirit. Ever since then, I don't think there's been a statue that has really come to that level that one's at. This one, I have a strong feeling could be a really cool one, and it's not very expensive either. So, interested to see that. I'm interested to see all of these, because this is a very interesting teaser, how it shows nothing, yet still tells us basically what to expect. It's very, very interesting. 6.6 foot Heckles, $279.99. I'm really excited about this guy. Let me just say, I am. It's one of the ones I'm most excited about. Now, there's reasons beyond just that it sounds cool that I'm excited about it, but I can't tell you that until June 30th. That probably gave away what that is. But Heckles, it's a clown, and it's got balloons on the tombstone, and the description says it has gas-filled balloons. It's basically what I wanted Nozzles to be, if it's how I'm imagining, which is a clown that spews out or has laughing gas, because that's a cool imagery, which I really like. It's very Joker-esque, which is originally what I thought Nozzles was until he started literally referencing fog in his phrases, referencing Halloween fog, like he's aware that he's animatronic and that you're pumping fog through. I don't know. They ruined Nozzles so easily. I mean, he's still okay, but geez. This guy actually sounds like a really cool concept and what I was hoping Nozzles would be. And just the fact he's going to have balloons is very interesting and unique. I'm excited for that. 4.9 foot Hellspawn, $329.99. This guy's less than 5 feet tall and is $330. He better have something really cool going for him. It says that he's the right-hand man to Satan. You already know I like that. So, I usually really gravitate towards satanic, demonic type props because I think they're really creepy, really cool. Something about him just feels evil to me, and it makes me like him more for Halloween purposes, of course. And so, I would obviously like this one. However, it's not one of the ones I'm most excited for. And I would say the main reason for it is the fact it's 4.9 feet tall at $330. I'm sure there's a reason. Maybe this one's a Mr. Dark-like one where it rises up like a crazy height, which would be awesome to see as a demon. But right now, I'm not excited for it as much as some of the others because it's throwing me for a loophole. I don't even know what to think about it. This next one is 4.2 foot, Poor George, $179.99. This is a clown too. Hauntformer mentioned to me, because I talked to him about this stuff briefly. He mentioned it might be a hobo clown because of the description says it was like a clown that was a castaway clown, or I don't remember clearly, but it was something like that. I don't think so because it's only 4.2 feet tall. There's a lot of short props this year. I'm not sure why. This is another one of the cheapest ones of the season though. Intriguing. 7.9 foot Stilts, $349.99. This guy's almost 8 feet tall, and it's a clown. I'm hoping it's going to be on stilts. That would be cool, and it's a juggler clown, so I'm hoping it's going to be on stilts with the juggling pins. I don't know. It's intriguing the fact it's so big, and it's called Stilts. If it's on stilts, that could potentially be really cool because that's an idea that hasn't been explored. Yes, I know there's the Stilts clown coming to Lowe's, but he's not on stilts. He's just tall. This guy, if he's on stilts, that would be a whole nother level of cool. There's two more. Well, also, I do want to mention, as we're getting into licensed territory now, I do want to mention that there is... I've heard about a Mars Attacks animatronic, but I don't know if it's true because I didn't see the tombstone for it. But I saw it like floating around, but I wasn't sure if it was faked or not. And then I heard people talking about it, so I don't know if that's happening or not. I have no idea. I don't know if that's real or not. But these other two I can tell you are real, and I can tell you they're going to be some of the coolest license props we've gotten ever, I think. First one I'm going to mention, because I'm going to say my favorite, that the thing I'm most excited for right now for last. But first one I'm going to mention is 7.2 foot Slim from Killer Clowns from Outer Space for, brace yourselves, $399.99. The most expensive in-store animatronic Spirit has ever sold, I think. I think it is. I'm pretty positive. They've sold more expensive online. Pretty positive this is the most expensive in-store animatronic they have ever sold. That's a hefty price tag, but I kind of get it. Shorty, as you can see back here from Killer Clowns, is roughly 5 feet tall, around that height, and he was 230. If Slim is over 7 feet tall, of course he's going to be expensive, though I wish it was like $350. $400 is so high of a price, but at the same time, golly, it's Slim from Killer Clowns. How awesome is that? I got Shorty, I never even mentioned when I got him. I got him after Halloween last year on sale for like $70-something. Cheap as hell for Shorty, because I really like Killer Clowns. Shorty has never been one of my absolute favorite clowns, but I got him because I never knew if we were going to get more. $70-something. I was like, I'm getting Shorty. Well, screw it. He's a clown. It doesn't matter. They're all basically the same. They're all just Killer Clowns. They don't really have any character to them. They're just cool, creepy clowns. But Slim is one of my favorite clowns, even though I just said they're all the same. He's one of my favorites appearance-wise. I really like Slim. Jeez, if this thing is really cool, I'm going to have to get it, even though it's $400. My gosh, that's expensive. But it's Slim from Killer Clowns, and it's 7 feet tall. This thing's going to be awesome. It could potentially be one of the coolest licensed animatronics ever. I'm excited to see it. But this last one kicks it out of the ballpark. And this is going to be a toughie for a lot of people to decide on. Right now, we have two, up until what I'm going to say, we have two licensed animatronics that are the exact same character this year at two different retailers. Leatherface, we have one made by Jemmy at Lowe's, which I think is absolutely atrocious. I hate it. It looks awful. It has a weird animation. I don't like it. We had one that was leaked yesterday, actually. I still have to talk about this stuff, but Party City stuff got leaked yesterday. Was a Leatherface for coming to Party City and Halloween City, made by Techie. That one looks awesome. It's the classic Leatherface look, and it looks great. Now, we have a third Leatherface. I mean, as if one wasn't enough. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of us have wanted a Leatherface for a long time. We got 3 in 1 year. What in the world? We have a third Leatherface at Spirit Halloween, and it's Pretty Woman Leatherface. Now, if you haven't seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'm mad at you because it's one of my favorite horror films of all time, so obviously I'm stoked about a Leatherface. He's one of my favorite slashers ever. It's one of my favorite horror films ever. It's up in my top 5. I think it's probably my second or third favorite. I'd probably say second. Maybe even first. I don't know. It trades places a lot with Scream, but it's second, either first or second, I would say. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre so much. Getting Leatherface, I'm stoked about it. So no matter what, I'm getting one of these Leatherfaces. The question is, well, I've already ruled out the Jemmy one. It's awful. The question is Party City or Spirit. Depends which one looks better. Now, if you haven't seen Texas Chainsaw, like I was going to say, Pretty Woman is the mask that he wears near the end of the film, and it's the creepiest Leatherface mask, I think, and I know other people think as well. It's not his most iconic. His most iconic is the one that he wears through the majority of the film, but the Pretty Woman one is the one that he wears near the ending, and it's definitely the creepiest because it's got, like, slathered on makeup, and it just looks uncanny. So it's really interesting to see an animatronic of Leatherface that isn't just his basic standard Leatherface that he usually has on, the regular mask. Now this is also going to have the suit. It's not going to have him in the apron like people recognize Leatherface. A lot of people might not even recognize it's Leatherface if they're not familiar with the film and just familiar with the pop culture image of the character, because this is going to look nothing like your classic Leatherface. It's the Pretty Woman Leatherface. It's $350. It's high, but inflation, prices going up. It's not as bad as Slim. What's it gonna do? I don't know. Probably lift the chainsaw. That's what I can imagine. But dang, am I excited for this thing. Chances are, this is probably gonna be the Leatherface I get. Because of a few reasons. One, the Party City one's great. It looks fantastic. And it's his basic look. But the thing is, Spirit Halloween knocks it out of the ballpark with all of their licensed animatronics. I can't think of a licensed animatronic besides the newer Ghostface that they haven't done well in recent years. They've all been stellar. We got Krampus, Pennywise, Sam, Shorty, Beetlejuice. All look very, very screen accurate. There's more Reagan from last year, absolutely. They all look very screen accurate, and they all look great. So I can't see them messing up this Leatherface. They more than likely will not mess up this Leatherface. It really depends on which one's better, but I'm going to probably go. I love me some Halloween City, and I think they do some great stuff as well. I actually liked Halloween City's lineup last year more than I liked Spirit's, but I think I'm going to have to bank my money that the Spirit one's going to be the superior here. But I guess we will have to see, as we will also have to see what the rest of these animatronics are actually like, because right now we know nothing about them other than names, descriptions, prices, heights. I'm excited, though. This is looking like it's going to be a great season for Spirit. Let me know what you guys think of this stuff in the comments below, what you make out of all this. And I will see you all in the next one. Remember that here lies Halloween. And I'm going to work on that outro slogan and the intro. But you can bet that I'll have it finalized by the time the 2023 Halloween season arrives. I was going to say keep howling at the moon, my wolves. I can't do it. Can't do it.